What we're doing here is Netless pickleball. I've got two lines I've added to the gym floor that creates the net. From this line to this line is the net. If you guys hit the ball into this area, it is like hitting the ball into a net. And today we're going to do rally scoring. So if you hit the ball into the net, the other team gets the point and it's their service. Okay? Alright. Today we're going to imagine this line is not here. Right now we're going to imagine this line's gone. You don't have to serve cross court. You just have to serve it across the net. Either area. Remember, the red lines are the sidelines. Even though these two added lines go to the sidelines of the basketball court, we're not using those. We're using the volleyball sidelines. Okay? Awesome. You're going to serve first. Underhand, you got to bounce it and serve it underhand. Okay. That would be your point, your serve. As you look at this image, this is from an elevated area in the gym. You're looking down on the court. This is obviously the entire court. What you can't see on the bottom portion is bleachers, just like you would see there at the top. Basically, all the court space is visible in this image. There's a little bit of baseline on back area on the black line portion of the basketball court, opposite of the stage that you see. But for the most part, you can see the entire court. I just want to build on that short video I had. For starters, that video was short because I had less than 5 minutes to get all that done before the gym filled up with kids that were going to eventually be riding the bus home. I did that at the end of the day with the little time slot I had. Anyway, what you're seeing here, it's hard to see on the far end, but there's white lines basically parallel to the black lines that I've added to the gym court. And they go, both sets of lines go sideline to sideline, from basketball sideline to basketball sideline. I use these areas, these zones, whatever you want to call them, I use them as nets, and I call them nets. I tell the kids, okay, from this black line I added to that black line I added, this is the net. You see that in the video. The same with the white lines on the far end. I've just essentially made two courts. These two were made sort of in a hurry, so my playing areas aren't even. One team plays in a bigger area than the other. They're the same width, but the depth's different. That's something you could easily fix if you just took more time and measured it off. I just tried to use the free throw lines, and I used some other lines that were there to expand off of. Like I said, you can make it more accurate than this. The kids haven't had any issues. They're close enough. But the main thing here is the idea of using these spaces as nets and not having to worry about setting nets up, or not even having to worry about having nets. There was a game I did in my student teaching. It was new equipment we'd gotten at that school, and I believe it was badminton type equipment. It wasn't actually badminton. It was a modified type of badminton game, and it was played without a net. It came with cones, I believe, and the cones would create a rectangular area, which was sort of like I made here. It basically was like a neutral zone. If you hit the shuttlecock type of thing into that area, it didn't count. It needed to go past that area onto your opponent's side, or it was like hitting it into the net. So that's essentially what inspired this idea, and as you can tell, I've just used gym floor tape instead of cones. It's more permanent. It's more clear. The lines are more clear. If you use 4 cones to make your rectangle, there's a lot of guessing going on. This is more clear, more obvious when you're dealing with close calls to the line. And it allows you to go right into games. There's no setup involved. A lot of times we have kids in the mornings that are allowed to do races and whatnot, so nets in the gym aren't very convenient at my school. So with this, I don't have to deal with that. and I don't lose class time to bringing nets out, because the first class is going to miss time and every other class is going to have more time. So this just kind of keeps that even. So yeah, I'm using it for pickleball right now, as you saw in the demonstration, and it was a badminton type of game that I was exposed to my student teaching that inspired this. So you kind of get an idea from the demonstration. It was a very quick demonstration. Like I said, the boundary lines were mid-court and the baseline, and then the two red volleyball sidelines. Those were the boundaries of the court. Those two narrow black lines that I added with the gym floor tape, those created my quote-unquote net, which is the area which you must hit the ball over and onto the opponent's side for it to be a legal hit or an in-play hit. I think that pretty much sums it up. What I did with scoring and the boxes, serving cross-court or not, all that is just modifications. You can do that as you please. I basically had a very watered-down version, simple version of pickleball, so that my 4th and 5th graders could have some success. And it was still challenging enough for the 8th graders and 7th graders that they enjoyed the game and they were engaged and they were competitive with it. So I really have no special name for it. It's Netless pickleball, and if we do badminton, it's just Netless badminton. All right.